Well, welcome back my gardening friends. It's Monday the 29th of July and it's the end of July plot update and tour. As you can see, I've removed the fence from this side. I'm going to use a new post. I've got to get a new gate, and we're going to be putting these slabs on the side along there. Hopefully I've got all the posts in the right place. Don't know what I'm going to be doing with these edging stones, the curb edgings, back of footpaths, but they'll get repurposed for something. The fruit cage has been absolutely amazing. Black currants, blueberries, gooseberries, you name it. It's been really good. And all the wood chips have been removed here to plot 1. Peas are gone. Kale has just started getting the white fly on, and the peas are trying their best to dry out. Not very easy when you've had 4 inches of rain. Can't pick the red currants quick enough. Blotty beans, the French cobra beans, and then Bill and Val's pongos. Had a wonderful Sunday dinner with those. Peacock white kale, and then these are the giant beans. I've been inquiring to see whether I should save this one. So it's there's the bottom, and there's the top. That was 15 inches long yesterday when I managed to get up here. There's more coming on, and I'll have to decide what to keep and what not to. As I say, the sunflowers took a hell of a battering. I've done a trial pit because I wanted to know how much soil I'd actually got, and there's the top of the path there going down, and about that layer there we're getting this sort of sandy layer with all the pebbles. So when I build the raised beds, I know how much more of this soil I can dig out, this viable soil. And you're probably saying, well, that's the best soil you've ever seen. And all the wood chips are gone. These are my spare cabbages. I've left them. They're free from quite a bit of damage. These pallets that we took from the borders were drying out. But look how it's brought the beetroot on. Absolutely amazing. Wildlife's loving that. Should support them really. Weeds are growing away merrily. Like you see there, lettuce beds are doing well. There's a lot of these about this time. Having a wonderful time on my my lettuce. These you would normally find on another plant. Can't think of it at the minute, but you stop down there, live another day. Strawberry plants. Let's go and have a look at the polytunnel repair. After all that rain, and you can see there where we've got the tears. I've put a strip of silicone in both directions to try and hold it. It was ragwort the that poisonous plant that we normally see those caterpillars on just come to me. I must get these onions inside, but a lot of these I've just been taking off here, just slicing them down and taking the middles out where they've gone to seed. They'll be all right for us. This is the manure bin runoff, the fresh manure. We've got 30 litres there. This is covered so it doesn't get any rain, so it's just 100% what we want. These plastic boards, people have asked in the past, what are they? They came from one of our local companies, and I don't know what they used them for, but they once they'd served their purpose, they were chucked away, and somebody thought, similar to what I do, I could make use of those. These are the first or second lot of carrots. They didn't do well first time round because they're in full sun, so I've been using the shading while they're germinating. So we've got some successional there, and as you can see, they've already had a nibble. That's one of the red onions. Again, we're looking at these long beans, and this one I would get rid of, and then this one maybe get rid of that one as well, and look for a nice straight one. Yeah, it's nice length. The trouble is, if I let that grow to 30 inches, they could probably be touching the ground. Lovely beans those are. Now the celery that's behind the beans, remember we've planted celery all over the place, and this seems to be doing better than everywhere else. And this has had no water, there's no nutrients unless they're fetching it from out of the pits when we filled, did a trench method, circular trench for the beans. So whether they're taking nutrients from that, I don't know, but that was one of the recommendations, put some in the shade. Seed saving, we've done that, video previous, and it's very unusual lettuce this is, but yeah, it's far too much. But this is where the square foot gardening along this area all the way down will come in handy, because I can do successional sowing. Well, try to. Parsnips, they've enjoyed the weather that we've had, and this is the celery that was in the trench. It's had all the goodies put in it. This is the giant beetroot that's had the neem oil on it, and most areas have dried out. Maybe a total success, especially when you actually look at one that hasn't been treated. There's probably about 12 maggots under that lot. You see it, look, you can actually see them sitting under there. Hello, Mr. Maggot. But I've purposely left these just to see how it goes. There's the circular tub, so that ain't square foot, that's pi r squared. Giant Swede. It don't look very healthy, but it's still getting bigger. Hopefully it will last. And there you can see there's two. That is a single carrot, and hopefully that's grown well, and hopefully it won't rot off. And that's one of the giant parsnips that was sowed late on. Let's move a little bit further up, and we've got the Jerusalem artichokes. I do these in containers because I like to harvest them small, and the carrots are done better in this little bit of shade. So that's what I'll be doing going forward. Kelsey onions, seed head there, and then these are the carrots outside. We'll talk more about the carrots in the polytunnel shortly. There is a video that I've recently released for those that just watch the plot tours on my first show carrot reveal. It might be as these will be better. We won't know until we find out. To be realistic, that water's probably been there a week, empty. These are the other carrots that we transplanted from here. So it'll be interesting to see if these fork like the one did in the carrot in the bottle, which is another previous video, if you care to watch it. I took this red cabbage out of the polytunnel. This is the one in the bucket. I left it in there, so if you just imagine that as a normal cabbage growing, and here we have another trailing tomato. Struggling to, I'll take a few leaves off that because I want plenty of air circulation to stop the blight. And the tomatoes are forming. We haven't had many yet. And this is another giant beetroot. The sun has been very, very warm today, considering the weather we've had. Hot, cold, doing nothing any good. A little bit of dieback, just keep an eye on it. And everything's flopped over because of this heavy rain. Well, may as well go to the end. I'll keep all my tomatoes separated all over the place. So you've seen some on plot 1, hashtag starting a new allotment, which you can see in my playlist. My 2-year journey with that, bless you, whoever that is. And we've got a celery in the back. Again, if one gets blight, hopefully another won't, because we've got them well spaced out. So that's the one that was grown in a bucket, and that's the one that's grown in the ground. Just got to get these cobwebs out of the way. I don't want to touch it because you do mark them. Whether this will keep growing or not, I don't know. But this is number 2. Oh, just got a wee hole in it. Hopefully it isn't nothing drastic. But we've already got the pups growing out the side. Now if they continue to grow to that side, it adds the weight. Don't seem to be having too many problems with slugs in here, mainly because under the leaves it's bone dry, and we've got plenty of spent compost on the floor. So this is going to be quite wide. Now look, that is bulking out now. That one, I'm going to have to go around this post. Excuse me, Mr. Spider. That one, whoops, don't break the leaves. That one isn't filling out as nice. And literally now, I can't get through to the other side. But that is looking really good. Now, will Mrs. K let me carry 3 or 4 cabbages, carrots, parsnips, long beans and everything else I've got in her new motor? Ooh, that's a difficult one. It'll be no. So this container was also empty on Thursday, a few days ago. It's got that much in. Yes, the top's wider than the bottom, but we've done the seed saving. Still got more to save. This is the giant beetroot from last year. I don't think it's growing anymore. That wouldn't be allowed because it has to be grown. All the giant veg has to be grown within one growing season. Good job the lad likes lettuce and he likes kale. I did warn him about the odd grub or two, and he says it doesn't matter, he's blending it anyway. The frogs have been busy this wet spell, and having a wildlife pond in your garden does definitely keep the slugs down. Weed as we go. And I've just been thinking about, if you want to go back and look at my carrot video, but there's 160 carrots in here. We took 10 out. They were really good carrots, but what I'm thinking about doing is putting a pipe in here and running a drainage pipe all the way through, or something, so we can water from the bottom, because not sure whether I want to grow carrots in here again, but maybe 2 rows of tomatoes full length, especially when we raise the polytunnel up a metre, to be ideal. The bloody butchers that Phil sent me, we're having 1 or 2 of those now, and this is a mix of giant cucumbers and the telepathy. Telepathy are doing a lot better since I took the big ones off the bottoms. On my last giant vegetable video, I forgot to mention my onion. I'm going to say no more because I don't want it to start to go rotten. That's one of the heavy cucumbers. That could get to 2 to 3 foot long, and the width of a decent sized marrow. And there it is, trailing up there. Somebody asked about the roots. How do I think they're doing? I haven't got a clue. I've given up on them, but that rain will have watered them well. Let's see if this is wet down here. Yes. So the water will have come from outside all the way down. And my long chilies. Again, I'll be selecting some of the longer ones, putting weights on them, and hopefully we'll have something that we could take to Malvern. Just looking at that tomato plant, I have to keep an eye on that. More likely to get blight inside. Very humid in here. Just grew far too much in here again, my friends. Ooh, look at them, all rotting up. I haven't got my bit of cardboard, hang on a minute. Hang on guys, I've got my microphone caught up. But they're all let's do that, that's better. Pleased with them, very pleased. Pruning is working, so check out my playlist for pruning the Boscoop glories. Mr. Blackbird thought he was going to come in for something to eat then, didn't he? No, you're not. I have to wait till I've gone. Bees are in here, the birds are in here. It's a happy polytunnel. All my pots and trays have now been fully washed, literally. Something else I forgot to show you when doing the seed saving video. These are the Swedes. These are ready now to get open, and we'll get the seeds out of those. And please don't forget to go back to the my carrot reveal, trial reveal, and my little robotic friend needs a name. And there's some sweet candle seeds up for grabs, and anyone can enter. And in the seed saving video you would have seen the cobra beans being chitted away, and they're now inside there, the ones that have germinated. And basically no compost, I just chit them till they've got all the leaves and then chuck them in the ground. no messing. These are the Swedes and turnips. Some of them have gone mad. Forgot to show you before, but if you remember in a video way back, I had some grass cuttings given me, and this is all the black liquid gold from that. So that's something else I might do in the future if I can get plenty of grass cuttings, especially when he mows the site. That did look really black and good. Just need a bit more dry weather, but we're not going to get it. Today was the driest day. Every day this week now. Showers, thunderstorms. Oh, what's it to be an allotmenteer or gardener? Happy gardening to you all. Till next time, my friends. Ta-ra for now.